Right, parked behind me here is two BMW E46 3 Series Tourings, right? And those that follow me regularly will know that I am going to be building an E46 M3 Touring, right? These two cars have never actually been on my channel. None of you have ever seen these before. They are both mine. I can confirm they are both my cars, all right? And in today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you, I suppose, firstly, why I've got these two cars. Secondly, what's going on with the touring project. And finally, I'm going to be letting you know how, if you've got something to offer for this project, how you can be getting involved with the build of it. Right, so I am just at Binker and yeah, I've got these two Tourings parked in front of me, right? And you'll notice that when I've done the cinematics there, that I didn't show you the front ends of either of the cars, and I'll explain why in a sec, alright? So, since lockdown, let's go back to sort of the beginning of lockdown, or before lockdown, my business obviously went bad, and like most people's businesses. And I mentioned in a video immediately that it's all about needs and not wants. And one thing I've always wanted to do is build an E46 M3 Touring, right? But it's not a priority, and it's not a need. So straight away, as soon as things become difficult at work, I got on the phone to Will at VRS, who was like essentially the project manager of this build. And I was like, Will, do you know what? This project is getting put on hold, mate. I cannot start ploughing money into this car right now because it's not priority. So Will's like, yeah, I understand. Will's obviously off work as well at the minute, so trying to move forward with anything would be difficult. And that was that, right? I then got thinking about the project, and I thought, do you know one thing that's always bugged me about the car that I bought for that project? The black 330, is it? No, 325 M Sport, nice car, proper nice car to be fair. The thing that's always bothered me, well, two things. One, that it's black, and two, that it doesn't have a sunroof, right? And I look every day at 3 Series Tourings and trying to find a manual. It has to be a manual because Will's strictly requested a manual gearbox car with a 6-cylinder engine, right? Them two things are a must, right? I wanted an 03 onwards car. That is actually an 03. It's a 52, but it's an 03. That, I can tolerate that. I also wanted preferably a silver or a grey car because I've decided 100% that I want it to be painted in silver grey, which is an M3 colour. Also, what else did I want? Preferences, black interior. That's just a preference, that obviously can be changed. But they're like the main few things. Manual gearbox, 6-cylinder engine, sunroof, and sort of at least an 02 car. Like M3s were facelifted on 5203, so I wanted a facelift reg, although it's going to have a private reg anyway. Doesn't matter, right? So what I done was I went online, as I do every bloody day, and I looked at cars, and I found this thing here, right? This is obviously a 53 plate BMW 3 Series Touring in silver grey, which is the actual colour that I want to paint the car, the final car. This car inside, let me just show you inside, has grey interior, which isn't ideal, but like I say, it's replaceable. And a lot of people are going to be thinking, Cal, you can easily find one of these cars, surely. Trust me, it is not easy, right? Trying to find cars rigidly within them stats or within them demands is so difficult. So I bought this car, 53 plate. It's a no sunroof car. Again, I thought, you know what? There's lots of positives to not having a sunroof. As much as I absolutely love having a sunroof, there's a lot of qualities to not having one. Weight is the main thing, right? It's got no roof rails. BMW's own car has no roof rails. I'm still a bit 50-50 on whether I prefer roof rails or not. But it's quite a nice thing without roof rails. Quite a rare thing to see a Touring without them as well. But yeah, I rang up the car dealership. This is during lockdown. I said, can you deliver that car? They said, yeah. I said, I'll pay your asking price, just deliver it. So they did. And it arrived, and it's a proper nice thing, right? 2 days later, I got a message on Instagram from one of you lot. and it said in that message, Calvin, I don't know how you're getting on with your touring project, but I just found this on Facebook, sent me the link, and it was that car there. He said, I noticed it's got a sunroof, and I know you really like sunroofs. I was like, yeah, that's actually perfect. So I got in contact with a guy, and he's a car trader. And the thing with this car is two things. One, it's got a sunroof, yeah? Obviously, I just mentioned that. Massive, massive bonus for me. Trying to find an E46 Touring with a manual gearbox, 6-cylinder engine, and a sunroof is difficult. But secondly, yeah, which is quite important, obviously it's silver as well, which is nice, good base colour. Look at the front end of it. It's got the M3 front end on it as well. Massive bonus, saves me a lot of work, doesn't it? So I rang it up. The guy's in Wales. I said, mate, can you deliver that car? And I'll pay asking price for it. He arrived, it's a little bit more ropey than he sort of let on, so I did knock him a bit on the price. But that aside, I've bought this car right this morning. So I've now got 2 Tourings here. I've also got 2 Tourings at VRS right now. The diesel one that I'm doing is a bit of a project. I don't know why I'm doing that, just fancied it. And then finally the actual Touring that I bought for this project, right? I hope you're all with me. So right now, the sort of conclusion is I'm going to sell that car, right? Don't need that car no more. I'm going to keep this car. This 2003 3 Series 330D Touring with an M3 front end, right? This car has only got 2 former keepers on the logbook, very nice. That one's got 7 former keepers on the logbook. Not very nice, not ideal, don't matter, it's not the end of the world. Ultimately this car is going to be torn apart and it's going to be a completely brand new thing. But all these little things were really bothering me, right? So the project is now going to commence. What I want to say to everyone is, if you've got something that you can offer for this car, I want this car fully painted in silver grey, right? I want to... The arches on this car are incorrect. Whoever's done them hasn't done a good job of them. Sorry, I put the camera down there. They haven't done a good job of them. Essentially what they've done is, this is the front half of an E46 M3 wing, so that part of it's correct. You can see the fillers all hanging out, terrible job. That needs to come off and be done properly. And this half here, so they've cut the wing in half, put the front end of the M3 wing on, and then the rear end of the original wing, right? Quite a clever way of doing it, very straightforward way of doing it, but the arch sort of starts here and then ends there, which doesn't look good. So this section of the arch is not right. It's got to continue the whole way around the arch, which will mean a bit more work here. For me, obviously that's it's beyond me, it's not something that I would do, but there is a lot of technical work that needs to be done on this car that obviously I am completely incapable of, right? If there's anything that you can offer on the build of this car and you want to get involved with it, there's 2 things that I want from you in return, and they're quite simple things. Firstly, you need to be good at what you're doing, right? Because I can't let any old hillbilly loose on my pride and joy, which is essentially what it might be. I need to see previous work. I need to know that you're good at what you do. And secondly, you need to be ready for a lot of people, i.e. my followers, are going to want to use you for future jobs, all right? So I'm essentially recommending you on my channel, but if you're not set up to sustain or cope or deal with the level of work that you probably will get from being promoted on my channel, then bear that in mind, that you probably, it's not going to be it's not going to be the thing that you're going to want to do, right? Companies that we had on board before, things have changed in their circumstances because of the whole coronavirus thing. One in particular is the guy that's doing the interior, so that interior needs re-trimming. I want red leather interior. I've got a pair of M3 front seats from a follower of mine. And the guy that was originally doing the interior on the car, he's a one-man band. He does it as a bit of a sideline business, and I think the idea of him having loads of customers coming his way was a bit overwhelming for him. So understandably, he's like, Cav, I'm a bit unsure about whether I'm the right person for this job. And I do intend on heavily documenting every single step of the way. But ultimately, this is a passion of mine. Like, I want to get this car done. It's something I've always wanted to do. But secondly, it's going to be good content as well. Interior needs retrimming in red leather interior. I want silver grey body. I want these arches done properly. I want the whole rear end of the M3 to go on it. There's a lot. It's a hell of a lot of work here involved with doing this project. But I have to do it. I absolutely have to do it, and I'm not going to stop until it's done. So if you want to get involved with this project, it's something you can offer, like bodywork, interior, I don't know. Someone did email about offering to do like the machining side of the engine work. I've lost his bloody email, very annoying. But if there's something you can do, Will wants to do the engine build, but he has said to me, Cal, you know what, if you can relieve me of any workload, I'm okay with that. So anything that you can offer for this project, email me, calvin@calvinscardiary.com. You must, this is an absolute must, put the subject of the titles or the subject of the email as E46 M3 Touring or touring project, something, just any of them 4 words in that subject, because I will lose your bloody email, right? There's a lot of emails going to that inbox already, so just consider that. And if what you offer is good enough, then we'll get you on board, and I will be heavily documenting every step of the way that I do with this car, so you will be heavily promoted. And secondly, I'm going to put a highlight on my Instagram page, and that highlight is going to be specifically dedicated to the project of this car, right? Sorry, let me just stop you there a minute. So this highlight, I have since created it, since making this video, and if I do a quick screen recording on my phone, right, and screen recording done. If you're wondering what the noise in the background is, that's actually Ralphie licking his paw. But yeah, M3 Touring project. So we've got this highlight on the screen here, tap into that, and you can see the pictures of the E46 M3 Touring, the one that BMW built, and then I've put a screenshot there to say all the companies involved will be listed in this highlight, alright? So everyone involved will be on this highlight permanently on my Instagram, and then the next one says if you want to be involved, is how to do it. So far, obviously VRS are on it, Simply Screens, windscreen company, have offered to supply a windscreen. Sorry, I'll just pause it there quickly. Sparta, they're supplying the brakes. And Deutsche Tech are supplying the full exhaust system for the car. It's a custom exhaust system, but that's obviously vital for the project, all right? So all of those companies and everyone else involved with the project will be listed in that highlight, and obviously everything will be documented on YouTube, all right? So let's let me continue on with the video, yeah? I want to move forward with it. I need to get some contacts lined up. I need to get I need to make some relationships with people that are going to be on board with this. This is a very different thing, so I don't expect everyone to have like specialist knowledge on building an E46 M3 Touring. I don't expect that at all, but there's some specialist work here that is required, and like I say, it's all completely beyond me. Right now, this is going to be, like I say, this is the base car. This car is going to be ended up in silver grey. 2 former keepers, it's even got 2 keys, got a bit of service history, not that that matters, but it's a great base car, and I really, really want it to be silver grey, red interior, and just a real original looking M3, very much like the one built by BMW themselves. I want to replicate that idea and put a crazy engine under the bonnet, basically. So yeah, if you want to get involved with the project, email me, like I say, calvin@calvinscardiary.com. I wanted to update you on the reason why I've got these 2 cars parked here. The other car, the one that's at VRS now, it's just gonna get sold. If I can get my money back for that one, my money back for the other one, then jobs are good, all right? So yeah. That's the update of my life right now. But Binker, let me quickly talk about Binker whilst I've got you here. Binker will begin to reopen now. There's been some positive stuff in the news, so we won't be in full flow, but it's all looking good, and we can accommodate customers as and when. So that's pretty good. My life's going to slowly get back on track, and so will this project, all right? So thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your time again, and any input whatsoever, any ideas, anything that I haven't covered, if you're looking at this car thinking, I know what he needs to do, he needs to do this, let me know, yeah? Let me know your thoughts. I need ideas, I need input, I need creative minds on this project. The whole rear end, the rear bumper's got to be cut. As you walk around this car, there's so many things that will spring to not just my mind, but your minds as well. Let me know in the comments, get in contact with me, make sure you put that as a subject on the email, and my priority going forward, this is going to be like the subject of, not the total subject of my channel, but this is going to be a real core of my channel going forward. So let's make it happen. Get in contact. I ain't expecting freebies, so don't think I'm looking for bloody handouts here, but I do know that what I'm offering you has serious value, so don't be, let's be two-sided, not one-sided, all right? Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to end it there. Hit like if you like the video, hit subscribe if you're new to my channel, give me a follow on Instagram as well, at Calvin's Car Diary, and I'll see you in my next video, alright? Bye. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, those of you that follow me on Instagram would have noticed that I've been daily driving this old Range Rover. If you want to find out why this thing is in my life, you'll need to watch the video that I've got coming for you on Sunday at 6 o'clock.